I suppose there's this intangible question of image. Mm-hmm. And Jamaica's image, arguably, right now, is not altogether positive. And one other aspect of that I'll put to you.
We have one major problem. One major problem so far as that image is concerned, our crime rate. We have to bring that down.
Let me put another to you. We've talked extensively about that. Let me put another to you, and that is Jamaica's attitude to homosexuality.
Yeah.
That is a problem. If you listen to Human Rights Watch's Rebecca Schleifer, she says homophobia in Jamaica is the worst she has ever seen. The New York Times just ran a big story. Just a couple of months ago, there was a case in Mandeville, a crowd storming a house. 4 men having dinner were attacked and brutally assaulted because they were believed to be gay. And that was not unusual.
Yes.
What are you doing about it?
Well, we have given instructions that crimes against persons because of their sexual orientation must be pursued with the same vigor that any other crime.
But they're not, are they?
Generally speaking, they are. They are now. We do have a long-standing culture that is very opposed to homosexuality. I believe that that is changing. I believe that there's greater acceptance now, that people have different lifestyles, that they must be their privacy must be respected.
Are you,
Prime Minister,
are you more accepting now? Because in 2006 you were quoted in the Sunday Herald newspaper as saying, quote, homosexuals will find no solace in any cabinet formed by me.
Well, in appointing a cabinet, a Prime Minister exercises judgment. He exercises, that is his exclusive responsibility. There's no right to be in a cabinet.
No, but you've just told me that you believe that Jamaica is on track to give real equality before the law to homosexuals. But you yourself have said that homosexual will find no solace in any cabinet formed by me.
That has nothing to do with equality before the law. People,
do you not have a duty to consider people on their merits for cabinet positions, indeed in any part of government?
No, I consider people in terms of their ability and the extent to which they are going to be able to exercise their functions with independence.
You also clearly and patently consider them in terms of their sexuality.
No, but that's a decision that I make. That's a decision that every Prime Minister makes. A Prime Minister must decide what he feels would represent to the Jamaican people a cabinet of ministers who will be able to discharge their functions without fear, without favour, without intimidation. That's a choice that I have to make. I make that choice.
What kind of signal does that send about Jamaica to the outside world, indeed to potential investors, to countries that look at Jamaica and
One signal that it sends is that Jamaica is not going to allow values to be imposed on it from outside. We're going to have to determine that ourselves. And we're going to have to determine to what extent those values will adapt over time to changing perceptions and to changing understanding as to how people live. But it can't be on the basis that lobby groups far and away from Jamaica are going to start to define for Jamaica how it must establish its own standards and its own morals.
Do you want to live in a Jamaica in the future where homosexuals can be a part of your cabinet or any cabinet?
I want to live in a Jamaica where persons are free to conduct their private relations. But I'm not talking about leading Jamaica in a direction where its own values are going to be assaulted by others.
With respect, that was not an answer to my question. Let me put it to you one more time. Yes. Do you, in the future, want to live in a Jamaica where a gay man or a gay woman can be in the cabinet?
Sure, they can be in the cabinet, not mine.
Well, they can't be in yours.
Not mine.
No, but do you want to live in a Jamaica where they can be and they should be, and it would be entirely natural for them to be so?
I do not know that that is necessarily the direction in which I want my country to go.
We've talked a little bit about poverty. Before we finish, do you believe, and you've said you can deliver on some of these security issues, other issues, can you deliver for the people in Kingston and other cities who are living in urban poverty right now? Can you lift them out over the next few years?
It's particularly challenging. It will be challenging in any circumstance. It's particularly challenging now because the global economic situation, as you know, is so hostile to countries like Jamaica. What we intend to do is to amass all of the resources that we have available to us, to pull together all of the government agencies, and to see if, on a basis of prioritizing, to see how much we can impact on those social conditions.
Bruce Golding, thank you very much for being on Hard Talk.
Thank you too.